Thoughts on the polarizing reactions to Chris Stuckmann's Shelby Oaks. Right off the bat, it's a situation where there's just a big narrative that almost everyone carries into the movie. Could be on two sides of the narrative. The one where you're like me and you've been watching him for over 10 years. I know him personally, inspired starting the channel, and of course that's a bias. And then there's a bunch of people on the other side that just don't like Chris Stuckmann. They don't like that he stopped doing negative reviews. They don't like that he crowdfunded for the movie. They pick on him for little things that he did here and there, stupid things he said. There's just people that don't like him and spun up this whole Chris Stuckmann lore as to why they hate him before they'd seen the movie. There's not very many people just watching it free of bias. Other thing you have to keep in mind, that this is probably one of the 5 lowest budgeted films this year to get a wide release. The original production budget was probably slightly less than $1 million. They did reshoots that took it over $1 million. You have a bunch of people that normally go see movies that cost at least $10 million. They don't see a lot of movies that are made for $1 million. And we're in an era where TV shows, premium TV shows, very regularly cost 10, 15, 20 times per episode the budget of this whole movie. And you immediately put it in that context, and you have people that their evaluation of it is very skewed, and they're evaluating more the budget than they are actually the movie itself. You're just used to a certain size, spectacle, pacing, whatever from a movie, and you watch something that's this. If you go to a lot of film festivals, you watch a lot of movies that are this big. They're small. And you see movies that are this big and they feel cheap and amateurish, and you see movies that are this big and you go, oh, that was a good one. That was put together well. And there's a side to it of you're watching $1 million film that's a first film from someone that is shot really well. It blends together certain genres in an interesting way to be able to get more out of the budget. And then there's some things in it that are derivative, that it doesn't necessarily add a ton to the genre. And so people value like, well, it doesn't say anything new, it doesn't do anything new, it's derivative in certain ways. And you go, that's a fair criticism. But that doesn't mean what's there is bad. And also, you were expecting a $1 million first film from someone independently produced to reinvent the horror genre? Like, what are you talking about?